Hi, I'm Chris Muir, and I'm here with Jerry Umbaugh, inventor of the locbloc. We're here to introduce you to a new product that we think is going to help save the world and provide people with some shelter as well. Come on, let us show you what we're doing. Every year, thousands of tons of plastic are jettisoned into the ocean and make their way into landfills and who knows where else. Jerry had an idea. After working with people for so long, he thought that maybe there was some way of usefully recovering this material and using it for something constructive. Gauging off of the different articles, he came up with the idea that there are many people that are trying to recycle plastics. And the one big problem with trying to recycle these plastics, you can't make it stick to each other without sorting it out and using like kinds of plastic materials. Jerry has come up with a way to meld all different types of plastic materials that you might find mentioned in these articles and put them together in what we're calling the locbloc. As you can see, we can get plastic from many sources. Here, Jerry's cutting up some old toys, some refrigerator parts and other items to throw into the grinding process. We can get plastics from many other sources as well. Plastics industry has a tremendous amount of scrap. We can use colored materials, we can use high temperature and low temperature materials and come out with a usable product. Assembly is relatively simple. Just stack the blocks together and lock them in place with a common set screw. Assembly is quick. The blocks can also be put together with rebar, cement, or sand for permanent reinforcement. As you can see here, the sand flows all the way through the structure of the block, coming out on the bottom. Normally it would be blocked off, and that way the blocks would backfill and become stronger. So, how strong are locblocs? If you take a look at samples A and sample B, these are individual stacks that were tested. Sample A turned out at 23,370 pounds of compressive force before the block collapsed. Sample B is a little bit different because we had a different composition of plastic. As you can see here, we were at over 28,000 pounds of compressive force to crush that block. In this shot, you can see 4 bricks that were put into the compression test at the same time. The sample stack came up to 94,520 pounds of pressure before these 4 bricks crushed. How strong are the locblocs in an assembly? Here we have a 4-brick stack that goes up about 4 courses and can take 36,570 pounds of compressive force before failing. When properly filled and reinforced, the locblocs are even bullet resistant. Here you see the damage caused by a .45 caliber and a .38 caliber bullet. You'll note that bullets did not penetrate the blocks. The locblocs are relatively inflammable. They're self-extinguishing. Here's a locbloc that was set on a heater band at 750 degrees for a week. It did ignite, but it was self-extinguishing, and it put itself out. Good material for building houses. The additives that we can put into the locbloc material itself not only make it flame-proof, but makes it so that it can float. Easily recovered from the ocean or from landfill. Additional additives can be put in as well to prevent infestation from insects and to make them smell good too. What can we do with the locblocs? People have thought about building bridges, walls, houses, yards, patios, floors, roofs, frames, and underground vaults. For outside construction, the blocks can be added with a UV inhibitor, which turns them black but makes them relatively impervious to the elements.